Security guard, just patrolling up and down, making sure everybody's happy and keep all the troublemakers out. I'm in my second year of employment now. Completed my March gone. Yeah. When I first started working in this library, there used to be a cinema here before, and it's no longer here. The old flats at the back there was the original car park. They have there's a performance space downstairs here, which they use for comedy nights, which is very good. They use it also for over 50s Zumba classes, dance fit classes. Then you've got the reading room downstairs where they have like their meetings, local council meetings and stuff. And here behind us is another room where they use for yoga classes and stuff like that. Very diverse, this library, because there's a lots of different cultures, and I like meeting people from different cultures, and I say the more the different cultures and everybody are unite, we can go forward and make things bigger and better for everybody, not for just one set of people, There's not much to change, but I would say more like advertise more to get more people to come in and use the facilities, i.e. the kids could come here and use it. Here we've got an IT suite here, which they can use to come and study, use the computers, the PCs and stuff like that.
Okay. Interesting.
I use books because they're very interesting and because I love reading.
And do you think the library is important to have in the community?
I think it's important because it helps you to be much more clever.
Yep, lived in Brent, yeah, that's it, just round the corner, Willesden, Harlesden. I think that is where we've gone wrong, not with like us, but that's where they've gone wrong, yeah. There's not a lot for the youths to do these days. And
the best bit of the library for me is the reading.
To tell you the truth, yeah, I think they've done a lot here, and I appreciate their the facilities they provide here. I think they've done a lot here. I know that they're getting rid of a lot of libraries are getting knocked down, so I think they've done really good here in Brent, in Willesden. Yeah, but other boroughs, I think they're just shutting down their libraries. So the information age, they all got it at home, like I said, like the internet. So the internet kind of spoiled the library, unfortunately. Because I'm upstairs sometimes doing like research and something with the headphones on, and you can hear people singing and stuff. There's a lot going on. It's not how a library used to be, so it's not your conventional library.
Yeah.
Not the stalls.
The only thing we didn't make it to stores, the lighting, everything. Even the orange, even the orange juice, yeah. Well, it depends. I mean, we have young children as well, so when they were younger, it's a fantastic resource, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, our kids came here they do like little play sessions. It's a chance to meet people. It's a chance to get books out. I've always. Well, I have to say, not always. When I was younger, I had a library around the corner from where I lived, and I read every book in that library. And it was only probably now that I've started borrowing books again. So I still use the library.
And our children still do, don't they?
And they've been to the dance classes here. They've been to the fighting classes.
And they regularly borrow books from here as well. For us, I guess it's more now because we hold live music, have live music events every Friday in the cafe, and it kind of turns into more of a bar, and so I guess it's taken on a different dimension, and we've ended up meeting people who we would have never met had we not done that. And so, if you like, our life in Wilton Green has become richer as a result of the people that we've met, and we've met a completely different type of people because we worked in the music scene before, as we've now met a lot of people who are musicians and artists actually. So in a sense it's quite nice for me, who's kind of didn't come up in that background but actually ends up making things, to be in that kind of community. I think Wilton Green Library is relatively unique in the sense that it's the size of it. So I mean, many libraries are just not this big, and they just don't have the facilities that this has. So in a sense, you're not comparing a standard library with this, because, like we said, it's probably more of a cultural centre than a library. And so, in that sense, Wilton Green is extremely lucky to have this space.
I do think it is definitely part of the community, and I think we're part of the community now. And you do get to meet like most of your customers, kind of regulars, aren't they?
Yeah.
You kind of have a chat with people and know what's going on. So it's quite interesting to see other people's perception.
Yeah.
I think the most interesting thing is people that you meet, even if you just meet them briefly, you meet a real wide range of people all doing different things. And I just think it's quite...
Yeah, no, I'd agree with
I
that.
have to say,
It is the sheer the variety, the variety, just a scope of people from all around the world. Yeah, who all commingle and come and use the same space.
and the reason that they're here for.
And that's, I'd say that is one of the most interesting things about it, and the nicest things. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Great, thanks. All right, bye.
Lala, who's that in the picture? Oh, now he's going to cover his face, sorry. Born in Brent, and obviously I've lived away a little bit at various times, but yeah. I mean, it used to just be a place of absolute quiet where you went to borrow a book, and now it's got multi-purposes really. Personally for me as well, so I've got quite a loud home. It's quite nice to come if I've got work to do. I'm a teacher, I can do that in peace and quiet here. I also do a little bit of writing on the side, so I can do it here. But for him, you've caught us on our we come here quite often. He's got some favourite things up on the second floor. He loves the little History of Brent exhibition, so he interacts with that. And then you've got a little continuation of the exhibition so he likes to go in there and basically pick the pencils up and pick the balls up and explore. I think it promotes connections in many ways. It's a good opportunity for people to socialise who wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity otherwise, so it's important. That purpose is important as well. It's so important in that sense. A lot of children come from a family where there aren't access to books, so we need to provide something for the community in terms of that. Also, a lot of young people come from a home that's busy, cluttered, noisy. Maybe they're in social housing, there's not enough space. They can come here for quiet to do their schoolwork, and it's kind of a bit of a sanctuary, I think. It's just a lovely area really to bring the whole community together. So important.
I think it is quite important because everyone needs like a space away from home to revise or just to get books for school and stuff. And they have a gallery downstairs, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Would you come here to use those facilities? Or
Sometimes we go to the museum.
Yeah.
if you're already in the library?
Yeah.
One, if you're looking for certain books when you're studying and you don't want to buy them, you can just look at a few pages. Traditionally, I thought libraries is a place you go to study and it's always a quiet area, but now I know that actually there's some parts that are quiet, some parts that are not quiet. I think it's it's a pillar of Woolston actually. It's a landmark of this area, even if I don't use it, but I know a lot of people would use it. I still in my mind think libraries are quiet zones, just where you go to find your books, not what you mentioned, so like performing areas, even having a little museum section. I think those are some of the changes, and I think what I can see is they're trying to make it into almost like a little community centre, so with a cafe and things like that.